One of the greatest players in history is now regarded as one of the biggest wasted talents in all of world football. This is Paul Pogba's heartbreaking tale. Despite the difficult transition from France, Pogba made a good adjustment to life in England. In 2010, following a fruitful tenure with the Manchester United youth team, he received an invitation to his first team call-up. Paul wasn't satisfied with the playing time he was receiving, despite the fact that he had made some strides toward becoming a regular member of the first squad. At the time, Sir Alex Ferguson, the manager, had made it known that he planned to give the young player more playing time because if he didn't, he would probably leave the team. Sadly, Paul's patience fell short of Sir Alex's expectations. Even though he was just 18, he was eager for a chance to prove his true abilities. Although he showed glimpses of potential, he had not yet been given a regular opportunity to showcase it to the public. Standing at 6'3", he was a threat to any of the top teams in Europe due to his size and ability to keep players off the ball. Europe had not seen such remarkable footwork and bursts of speed as he demonstrated when gliding between defenders at a high speed. His throwing range was comparable to the best in football, and his ability to finish from a distance was unquestionably amazing to behold. As a result of his significant progress while competing in the Italian League, he was one of the 23 players who were nominated in 2014 and 2015 for the Ballon d'Or, the most coveted individual award in world football. Along with qualifying for the 2015 FIFA Pro World 11, he received numerous nominations for the Best Player of the Year award. Even though he was only 21 years old at the time, everyone believed that he had the potential to grow into one of the greatest players of all time, right up there with superstars like Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, and Neymar. During his 4 years at the club, he won 9 trophies, including 4 league crowns, 3 Italian Super Cups, and 2 Italian Cups. He appeared in 178 games, scoring 34 goals and providing 41 assists, cementing his place in the club's history as one of the most talented players. They had no idea he'd go down in Juventus history in a totally different way 8 years later. In the 2016-17 season, Paul Pogba would return to Manchester United on a 5-year contract for a whopping 105 million euros, making him the world's most expensive player of all time at the time. Under manager Jose Mourinho, at the time, he made 5 indicators of things to come. The most well-known of these was a remark made by football analyst Jamie Carragher, who described Paul Pogba as ill-behaved following a crushing loss to arch-rival Manchester City. Let's take a pause here. Why haven't you subscribed to Offside? Please, bang that subscribe button now. It will help us grow. Don't forget to hit the like button and comment on this video. Now, we're eager for the 2017-18 season. They anticipated Paul Pogba to lead the reins of the Manchester United club and return them to their winning ways. But in the end, it was a season to forget, with few to no highlights and no championships to show for it. Pogba began to draw a lot of criticism during this season, with many calling him wildly inconsistent. His strength, speed, talent, and passing range were all on full display as he led his nation to victory in the World Cup, defeating Croatia 4-2 in the last match. Now here is how things began to get horribly wrong for Paul Pogba. When United's captain, Antonio Valencia, sustained an injury during a game, Mourinho trusted Pogba to lead the squad while Valencia recovered. Paul, who is the lifeblood of the Manchester United club, scored 4 goals to start the season off strong. He also has the capacity to inspire and excite his teammates with his skills on the field. Nevertheless, Paul unfortunately began to have issue with the manager Mourinho as a result, leaving him at the bench. However, Mourinho made it clear that this choice was not the result of any particular falling out between him and the French midfield player. Paul was benched for the subsequent Carabao Cup match against Derby County, which resulted in an unexpected 8-7 loss on penalties. Paul was undoubtedly thinking Pogba and Mourinho's relationship had been steadily worsening, and by December 2019, he was benched, and there were persistent speculations that he would be leaving the team during the January transfer window. Paul was referred to by the Portuguese manager as a virus that harmed the team's performance. For the following 3 games, he was benched, and a 3-1 loss to Liverpool served as the final straw that led to Jose's dismissal from the team. However, Paul had a comeback under the interim manager, leading the Reds with 16 goals and 11 assists. We all know that wasn't the case, but this season appeared to be fantastic for Pogba on paper. It's probably not a good indicator when your central midfielder needs to perform at this level and you're still not winning anything. It remained largely unchanged for the next 3 seasons. Rumors surfaced practically every transfer season, suggesting he would be moving. The Frenchman once said, "Maybe now would be a good time to find a new challenge somewhere else." Legendary Manchester Manchester United player Roy Keane said that Pogba plays only for himself and has turned into a major disappointment. Paul decided to leave at the end of his contract after spending 6 miserable years back at United and producing virtually little of real impact. Pogba declared on July 11, 2022 that he would be going back to Juventus, the team that had initially made him a household name. But compared to his wages at Manchester United, the World Cup champion had to accept a 55% wage drop in order to sign with Juventus. Don't feel too bad for him though. He was left with a pitiful $160,000 every week and just $8 million annually. But just 15 days after this deal, Pogba sustained a knee injury that kept him out of the game for at least 2 months and prevented him from playing for his club and in the 2022 World Cup. 8 months after his original signing, in February 2023, he served appearing frequently off the bench the following month in an effort to regain his level of fitness. He was dismissed by manager Massimiliano Allegri in March 2023 for disciplinary reasons, claiming that he had shown up late for a group activity. 4 days later, it was announced that Pogba would miss an additional 3 weeks of training due to yet another injury. In a league game against Kessie in May 2023, Pogba made a comeback to the pitch, appearing to have gained the manager's favor once more. However, a thigh muscle problem forced him to be replaced after just 23 minutes. It was revealed following more scans that Paul will miss the rest of the season. It was believed that Juventus was looking to reduce his contract, as he had only made a few appearances and had not been able to justify his huge wage after only playing a total of 161 minutes for the club throughout a 10-month tenure. But in October 2023, Pogba reached his lowest point when he was told he would be facing an indefinite ban or even a complete retirement from football after failing a random drug test for testosterone B, a performance-enhancing chemical. In football, the use of any kind of performance-enhancing substance is prohibited. Paul would have been able to shorten his suspension to 2 years, though, if he could prove that he took the substance accidentally, as he is claiming to have done. Even so, as the midfield player approaches age 30 and enters the latter stages of his career, it's still not ideal. Pogba is probably thinking right now about whether he wants to play football again. The midfielder is a shadow of the player he once was due to a series of poor decisions, terrible performances, and disastrous transfers. According to reports, Pogba's pay has been drastically lowered from the €160,000 he was signed for to just £2,000 per week as a result of the ban. We can all probably agree that Paul Pogba is one of the best players in world football. Even though the details around his punishment are still being worked out, a once rising star with seemingly boundless potential has now turned into a shocking letdown. What are your thoughts about Paul Pogba? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to get more updates when we upload new videos. Also, please click the video on your screen now to see the leaked cheating file of Chelsea. Go watch it now. See you in our next video.